Right. Got that noise.
Nah. Welcome to the new age. Let's get it. Another day, another dollar. Stock market time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Pre-market. Let's get it. All right. So basically, yesterday, what happened was we went live in the after hours. We were live streaming the earnings call, AMC earnings call. So let's just get everybody back up to date. What was your thoughts? Waking up today, what's your thoughts on AMC right now? It is up in the pre-market, I think $3. So what's your thoughts?
Well, first, I'm excited because I'm looking at the entire pre-market and my whole portfolio is green. So I'm super excited,
Right.
except one of my stocks that I'm invested in. That's red during pre-market.
What's that?
Zine, Z-I-N-E,
Okay.
and that's biopharmaceutical.
Okay.
Yeah, but my thoughts from yesterday was it played out exactly how I thought, that we would have a good earn. Well, it exceeded what I thought. I knew we would have a good earnings call, but we did way better than what I perceived we would do. And the 10 things that he went over, as far as the direction that AMC is going in, of course, the crypto blew my mind. To know that
was the big one.
that AMC is getting into crypto, developing their own code, but as well as starting to accept Bitcoin and Apple Pay and different things.
Right. I thought that was the biggest one. The second biggest one to me was the live stream. I mean, not the live streaming. Yeah, well, the streaming
gaming.
services. No,
Oh.
that was the big one too. I forgot
Yeah,
all
that
about
gaming was huge.
The streaming services partnering with them with the exclusive deal, the Warner Brothers deal.
Okay, yeah.
The Warner Brothers deal.
Gotcha.
So they have a 45 window.
45-day window.
Yeah, 45-day window to do exclusive drops with AMC, and that's not official yet, but they're in talks to do that, and I think it's beneficial for both parties. I think that obviously the movie theaters, that's big for the movie theaters. But to me, it still helps out the streaming services because they want that ticket money.
Yeah,
They
want
the
both.
ticket revenue. They
They
need
want
that.
both market share,
Right,
or all market share, I should say.
right, exactly. And when you put producing these Avengers, Suicide Squad, big blockbuster movies, you need that ticket revenue to really see that. That's why on the streaming services they charging like $30 to buy the movie if they give you that option, especially Disney Plus, things like that. So I believe that was a big deal as well.
Hmm.
So going into pre-market now and today, regular market, how do you think AMC reacts? It obviously, it's in the green now, up $3, but do you think it's a run? Do you think it's going to stay kind of where it's at? What do you think?
Well, we got a lot of volume already. If you look at Weibo, we had like 2 million, or had 2 million about
pre-market.
15 minutes ago.
Right.
So I think the volume will continue. The news was great. Like I said, we exceeded expectations. So I think we'll see a hike. How high? I think it'll continue to trend up, but how high it remains to be seen.
Right. So just to kind of cap some of the other stocks.
Yeah,
Again,
let's talk about what else on the market that's hot right now.
Right. EV charging stations still killing it.
Yeah, you still bullish on
I'm
that.
still bullish. I'm still hurt, to be honest with you.
Well, they're closer to a deal being agreed upon in Congress with the infrastructure bill.
Okay.
So that should, even though it's trending now, that should help solidify what's happening in that space.
So that's interesting. So blank charging is up 61 cents, charge point is up 73 cents, and plug power is up $1.25. Obviously, the pre-market factors in the after hours, so it could still have an effect from yesterday. But What do you think about the EV charging stations? Do you think they continue to rise, or do you think that momentum gets halted today?
Well, again, I think it depends on what happens with this infrastructure bill. You know, if it's passed through today, I think we'll continue to see some trending up. What's the strike or the current price for each one of them
Okay, so the blank charging is at $36.28
per share?
Per share.
Okay,
Charge point is at $26.47 per share, and plug power is at $29.50 per share.
29.50. And how much? Just so we'll know, the viewers to know, how much of a retracement is that from its all-time high? Can you go to those?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Because the reason I want you to share that is because that gives the viewers some type of understanding on where the potential of where it can go at.
Right. So
as well as exceed that because of this the news. If
correct.
the news comes out,
correct.
you know, in favor of the EV
question. That's a great
stuff.
question. The 52-week high for charge point is 49.48.
And it's currently at what?
26.47.
Okay, so that's about half.
Right.
So it's at a 52 retracement right now, right? The news can be a catalyst to take it, you know, to run it up
Right.
there, and if not even exceed its 52-week high.
So plug power is at, again, 29.61 pre-market.
29.61.
The 52-week high is 75.49.
Wow, that's like $50. That's almost $50
Right. So
of a retracement now.
right.
And it's got everything. That might be something I look into right there.
Honestly,
you might got a winner with this particular industry.
honestly, it's hurting my heart to see it running up now, and I haven't gotten in yet. But that's plug power, and then we got blank charging. So let's do blank charging. Blank charging is at 36.18 still, and the 52-week high is 64.50.
So that's about almost 50% as well.
Correct.
Retracement. So all the EV charging stations are at a retracement currently today of 50%, but they're on the
roughly around 50%.
Okay, but they're on an uptrend over the last, not just today, over the last few days, dating back to even last week.
So, again, let me ask you this: is EV charging stations the best investment to make right now, in your opinion? Or let's broaden it to the EV sector. Give me your thoughts on the EV sector.
I like the EV sector, again, because, you know, even in the stimulus package, the last stimulus package that went out, I believe Biden was giving out $10,000 incentives for constituents to purchase EV vehicles. So he would give us $10,000 per EV vehicle that we purchase. Then he made a mandate that all government vehicles will convert over into EV vehicles.
Right.
So I think the EV space industry is a great investment to invest into, but I think that the catalyst will be this infrastructure bill being signed into law.
So when the infrastructure bill signs, do you think it's a huge run up, or do you think it's kind of already priced in? Do you think it has a nice run up but not huge? Like what do you
Well, it's already at a retracement. It's already at a 50% retracement, so I think that it'll run up. You know, because that's a huge catalyst. When you see, my motto is follow the money, right? So when you see billions and trillions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars, even millions, being funneled into a particular industry or space,
right? Specifically talking about the infrastructure bill.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not gonna fight against that.
Right,
you know,
right.
You know, I think that, you know, the easiest way to win is get with a winning team. So, and that's government money. You know, they're not in the business of just losing money per se.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I follow the money.
So just this to stick with the EV sector, 40 cent pre-market Neo is up 40 cent.
Okay.
Let's go to Tesla real quick.
What's your thoughts on Neo? What's happening with, China and everything?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that. Tesla's down $1.36 pre-market. So going back to Neo, I do think China stocks in particular can be risky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a risk taker, and I do think Neo is going to have another huge run. When it has this run, I don't know. I think getting it in the $30 range, it got all the way to, I want to say 32 earlier this month, or maybe, well, not earlier this month, it's August. Earlier last month. I do think that was a prime time to get into Neo. Mm-hmm. It then ran up over $10 since it went to $32, $33. I do think Neo is a great stock to invest in long term.
Yeah, because I disagree with you, or I was going to disagree with you at first. I got into Neo in January. I was able to win off of the run-up. Mm-hmm. And then I reinvested in Neo, and I lost money, But long term, I'm glad you pointed that out.
When did you invest into it though? It had already ran up.
No, I gained money off of the run up, right. The original run up.
Right.
I got greedy.
Exactly.
And I reinvested it. I'm just making a point. I got greedy and I 5 years.
Yeah, I think Neo can be invested for a short-term play. I really
okay,
do.
So we disagree there. Explain your perspective on it.
Yeah, my perspective on it is, to me, at these levels, at $45 is a sweet point. I do think under $40 is a great point. If you can get in under $40, I think that's the best time to get in. Well, $45 is not near its all-time high yet. I think the all-time high was around 70, 60.
I think I got out around 60 something the first time.
Right. So, and I think they still due for a run. They haven't hit over 50 in a while. I think they're still due for a run. I think the EV sector is still going to slowly start to gain momentum, slowly start to gain traction. I do think that China,
I was about to say, but
narrative,
Neo, yeah, that's China.
I agree with you. But either way, EV is going global.
Right, I agree with that. But you mentioned short term. So talk to me about, help me understand your window for short term, as far as it being a short term invest, it's something that you can look at to make some profit in a short term.
Right, because
what type of window are you talking about?
When I say short term, I say anywhere from 1 month to 6 months.
So within the next 6 months, you think that?
I think Neo runs again.
But you said you wouldn't get in until, a great time to get in would be under 40.
Under 40.
Yeah, I'm not looking at Neo.
Okay, you're lost.
Next.
All right.
Stop.
So Neo, that's Neo. Let's go into
Tesla. Go to Tesla real quick. That's my favorite.
Okay.
I got into Tesla when I first got into the market last year. I got in at 700 and something. 727, I believe, was the price per share. And it ran all the way up to $2,400. And then it did that reverse split. So with the reverse split, I gained 4 extra shares for every 1 share that I had. So I made out tremendous. I'm real bullish on Tesla out of the entire market. That's one of my favorite, or one of the most stocks that my convictions.
Why are you so bullish on Tesla, but it seems like you're bearish on NIO?
2 reasons. Like I said, I'm bearish on NIO in the short term. I like NIO for a long term play.
So are you bullish on Tesla in the short term?
For me, Tesla is a long term play as well. But
so both of them are long term.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is Tesla would be, I would put that in my let's say my retirement or something like that. Right? NIO as well, but Tesla got more components to it. Tesla is in the energy business.
I wish Antonio was here. He would light you up on this. Go ahead.
Tesla is in the energy business at large. And so they, it's not just the thing of cars. They're in solar panels. They've even moved into housing. With the HVAC system, the heating and cooling system. They also have their own insurance. So they got a lot more components to them. And I believe they're supplying Australia with their energy. So Tesla has a way, and if you look at the price range now, Tesla's at what? 7 what today, this morning?
713.
713, and NIO's at what?
NIO's at 45.
Right. So that's not to say that NIO won't, because I believe it will gain over time. Right. Tesla didn't start where it's at today. But I just believe Tesla got a lot more components that makes it a stronger company. And then a brand of Tesla. It's a global brand.
No, I'm not debating whether Tesla or NIO, which one is a better stock, which one. That's not the debate. What I'm saying is NIO is pretty much undervalued right now.
How so?
Because they are basically, I don't want to say they're China's Tesla.
But let's say that. I can kind of, I like NIO from a long term.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if they are China's Tesla, and China is one of the biggest markets in the world.
Right.
And we go and look at Tesla's value, and many would say, overvalued.
What, Tesla's been overvalued?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm an investor, why wouldn't I try to get in more so a undervalued stock versus what some believe is an overvalued stock?
Right.
NIO may have more upside than Tesla at this point.
I disagree with that. Only because
of Tesla's share price right now at 700.
But I believe it to go even higher.
I think it'll go higher too.
Month.
I think it'll go higher too. And you're sleeping on that business model. So they had
NIO's?
Yeah.
Not in the short term. I just want to be clear about that. I think NIO is a good investment for the long term. I just don't think within the next 6 months that we'll see that much of a difference in the price point versus Tesla within the next 6 months.
Okay.
You'll see a huge.
So where do you have Tesla going?
What, in the next 6 months?
Yeah.
Easily over at least $1,000 within the next 6 months.
Okay.
What was it? What's the high? The 52-week high right now, since the reverse stock split
for Tesla.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. 52-week high.
I think it was at 9 something.
900.
Yeah.
900.
So it's down almost $200, something like that.
Right.
When this infrastructure bill is passed, I think, again, because Tesla is not just a car company, most people identify it as that, but because they're in the energy space in general, they're an energy company. I think, that they'll benefit greatly from that from the government funding that'll be dispersed.
Okay, so let's hop into Robinhood real quick. Robinhood is down 32 cents in pre-market. Price point right now is $56.83. Let's look at SoFi real quick. SoFi.
That's another one that you like.
Right.
I like SoFi too, but look at it. What's the
up pre-market 14 cents.
I lost money on SoFi as well.
Over $17.
Go over the 52-week high for SoFi. I lost money on SoFi as well.
Well, SoFi was a SPAC. So
what's a SPAC?
A SPAC is like a specific merger.
Yeah, a special purpose acquisition company.
Right. So it helps companies not have to IPO.
Mm-hmm.
Like the traditional IPO, it helps companies do that, and it gives them probably better upfront funding, if you will. So that's what a SPAC merger is. I made a lot of money off of another SPAC merger, or off the hype and news of another SPAC merger, which was CCIV.
And that's in which space?
EV.
That's in the energy sector as well.
Exactly. So, and then they turned into Lucid Motors. We're looking at SoFi 52-week high, right? 52-week high is $28.26.
And it's currently the day you said at 17?
Yep, 17.04.
Okay, I like SoFi, even though I lost money on it. I'm not looking to get into it, but I do like that stock.
You lost money on it when it was a SPAC, right? When it was IPOD or IPO.
Before it IPO, when it was, before it went merged.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was IPOD, right? What was the specific SPAC ticker? I think it was IPOD.
Yeah. No. I forget what the ticker was, but it was in the SPAC. It was
right.
Pre-merger.
So what's your feelings on FinTech, Robinhood, run up last week, and then SoFi?
I like the FinTech space. It aligns with what's happening in crypto. They align perfectly. So I love the FinTech space. To be honest, I love, the different exchanges that's, both in the crypto market as well. When Coinbase IPO'd, it was before pre-IPO with Coinbase, and I'm gonna come right back to that. I'm speaking on exchanges in general.
No, that's good. I'm gonna look up Coinbase while you're talking about it.
So pre-IPO, I could get Coinbase on another platform. And it was selling at like $38 a share, right?
Can you name a specific platform you're talking about?
Yeah, Link 2.
Okay.
And once it IPO'd on Robinhood and on the New York Stock Exchange, it IPO'd at almost $400. So from $38 a share all the way up to almost $400, 300, and I forget what odd numbers, but it was close to 400.
Right.
That's huge. So same with, not the exact same with Robinhood, but you could get Robinhood, pretty cheap on the same platform.
Can you talk about the specific benefits of that platform? Because not too many people know about that.
Okay, so, and I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. That particular platform.
And name it again.
Link 2.
Gotcha.
So that particular platform allows accredited investors. So they have certain criteria for you to be able to purchase shares off of that platform. But that particular platform gets companies, they list companies, or they allow you to purchase shares of particular companies prior to them companies going public. So I have a couple other investments that I was able to grab off of that platform that hasn't IPO'd yet. And I'm looking forward to them IPOing because they're in the AI space, artificial intelligence space. And I'm big on that. I'm bullish on the artificial intelligence space as well. It's robotics, basically. But anyway, What's your question? I'm sorry. Link 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to purchase shares prior to them going public, and once they go public, you're able to gain from all of that, all of the upside that is accrued once it's gone public.
Okay, so again, just to wrap up the fintech, what's your specific thoughts on Robinhood and what's your specific thoughts on SoFi?
Robinhood is interesting. I think you can get Robinhood. I can't recall, so I don't want to say a price point, but it was at least $10 to $20, $15 to $20 cheaper than when it actually IPO'd last week. Was that or 2 weeks ago?
I think it was last week.
Okay. So when it IPO'd, it went straight down. It IPO'd at like $40 and started trending downward immediately.
Right.
The very next day, it shot up to what, like 60? Yeah. Or what's the 52-week high?
For Robinhood?
Yeah.
Let me check real quick.
Or all-time high, because it haven't been 52 weeks yet.
Yeah. It's $85.
$85. Today it's currently sitting at, what was that, 56?
56.50.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I do think that Robinhood, I'm watching Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it.
Do you think it stabilizes or do you think it just continues major volatility?
That's a good question. They have a lawsuit that they're facing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's part of why I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it'll be volatile until, the lawsuit is cleared up. And then I'll have a better assessment on what I'm going to do with Robinhood at that time.
Okay, quick rundown. Coinbase at 280.70. And Riot blockchain is at 38.
I love it.
38.29, 38.19 right now. And then Mara is at 36. 36.
And what Datwan is naming now is companies in the cryptocurrency space, mining and exchange.
So what do you think about crypto stocks? Not the cryptocurrencies, but the crypto stocks that I just named.
Like you just named.
Mm-hmm.
I think again, I think what happens with regulation will make or break those particular companies, because those companies are mining companies, but the globe is going to a greener space slash energy, which is contrary and totally opposite of what those companies are functioning as now. So that's why I say it'll make or break.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, crypto market is rising. Do you think it continues to rise, or do you think it starts to stabilize?
Oh, I think it's going to rise. I think it's definitely going to rise, especially when this regulation comes in.
I'm talking about specifically today.
Well, the infrastructure bill should be voted on today. But I think it'll rise. I think it continues to rise today.
How does the infrastructure bill affect the cryptocurrency space?
It affects it because it deals with it brings in the guardrails and the rules to the crypto space and the DeFi space. The taxes. Once all of that is clear, then we're off to the races. So some of that is included in the infrastructure bill.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the time is now 9:31. The market is open. We're ending this segment, but catch us on our podcast, or we'll be doing a podcast. It won't be live, but we'll be recording a podcast later on today talking about how
the Delta variant affects the market.
Okay, so Meet us again here tomorrow between 8:30 during pre-market between 8:30 and 9:30. Thanks again for tuning in. Like, subscribe to our channel. Again, we don't offer any financial advice. This is our full disclaimer. Check with a financial advisor and do your own research and due diligence. Thank you. This is the New Age.
Man, closed out the show.